Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Star Wars Episode 3, The Revenge of the Sith? Anyhow, so it's going to be a spoiler review, so spoiler alert for Episodes 1 through 9, possibly Solo and Rogue One, but, so spoilers galore here, possibly. I don't know that if you watch a whole lot of commentary about Star Wars that I'm going to be saying necessarily anything you haven't already heard before, because there is so much content out there covering Star Wars. But whatever, I'm here now, and I'm going to talk about Star Wars the way that I want to. So, welcome to my channel. I absolutely love the opening sequence of this movie. It is one of the most epic openings and space battles ever. I love it. The amazing battle. I love how they have, you know, the big ships and they're showing the thing, and then you see them come around and the downward angle to see just that massive battle going on below them, and then the transfer to them talking about all their stuff. It's just awesome. I cannot stress to you enough just how much I enjoy this segment of the show, of the movie. The only thing that I think is kind of dumb is that they have these missiles, and instead of the missiles exploding to take out our characters, they then pass them and explode and have little destructo droids. That's the only thing that I think is dumb. But ignoring the fact that those existing is dumb, once they get on the air, the spaceships, then what the guys are doing to try and get them off there is kind of fun. Probably could have just used the force push them away, but whatever. Skipping around a lot, because they try to cram 2 movies into one with this. What they should have done is just not had episode 1, just have it be the opening crawl, and then they had episode 2, and then have episode 3 be into 2 movies. Because it doesn't, they have too many quick turns on things. So for example, it's awesome that Mace Windu is the one to defeat the Emperor in a sword battle. Because he goes there with 2 or 3 other Jedi that are, you would think, equally skilled, and the Emperor just blip, 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 you're all dead. Okay, and then he has to fight Mace Windu, and actually loses. He loses to Mace Windu, and that's awesome. But, it doesn't make any sense, because he has the saber against him, and he's like, you're under arrest, Darth Sidious, or Emperor Palpatine, you're under arrest. Then Anakin comes and is like, hey, don't do that. And then Mace Windu's like, oh, no, he's too dangerous to be left alive. So now you have Anakin thinking that you're about to kill him, even though Anakin also saw you say you're under arrest. Which is it? Are you under arrest, or are you going to, extrajudiciously kill him? Which one? Make up your mind. It's dumb that they had that switcheroo. I do like that they explained how Darth Sidious could go from, Palpatine and relatively young-looking guy to, so fast, and it's because his Force lightning was ricocheted back onto himself. That was kind of a fun way to explain it. I don't know that he should have kept it up that long, or that it made sense for him to keep it up that long, but I get that you're trying to establish continuity between 3 and 4, so whatever. But Anakin's decision to stop Mace Windu will never, ever make sense to me. I've tried to wrap my head around it. I've watched various commentaries about it. I've rewatched this section. I rewatched the movie. It will not work. It doesn't work for me for that change to happen. I don't see that happening, nor do I see Anakin deciding to go and kill all the younglings and everything else. Not buying it. The Darth Sidious and Yoda fight, while it does look cool, there was no reason for it to end. They could have just continued fighting, because you see Yoda, leaping around all this, leaping up and around and over and things, and Darth Sidious doing the same thing. So, yeah, Yoda got blasted that one time, but the fact that he's ah, and then he's clawing at that platform as he's falling. Bitch, you've been using the Force to jump all over the place, and you can't just give yourself a little hike up. That's ridiculous. It doesn't make any damn sense. Nor does it make sense for Yoda to be well, I landed down here. I guess he has the high ground. He didn't say that, but that's the only thing I could think of for him to be guess I need to leave now. No. Doesn't make any sense. And then the fact that he's into exile, I must go. Why? Why? Why don't you just start the resistance now? Why do you have to go into exile? It doesn't make any sense, other than that you needed him to end up on Dagobah and have been there and going crazy by living by himself for 20 years. So that's why this movie needed to be divided up in 2 movies, to give a little more breathing room and have things make a little more sense. When somebody decides to do something, there can be a bit more lead up and a bit further along event for it to have it make more sense. But they don't, so whatever. Yeah. Obi-Wan deciding he had the high ground. That lightsaber battle between Obi-Wan and Anakin at the end was fantastic. I also love the Duel of the Fates, or whatever that is called. That's amazing. So John Williams, once again, walks out of the park. Amazing composer, amazing fight sequence, amazing movies. Like, I love that. And I want to say I saw the special features at one point that, like, they were doing that, like, at full speed type of thing, where, like, that, like, like the deflection where he, like, puts it behind himself and everything else like that. Like, they practiced that for months. So I love the speed that they were showing on film, as well as the use of the environment and everything else. Like, that whole battle was just amazing. Other than it ending by, like, seconds before, Anakin had done the flip over Obi-Wan to land on the platform and had been, like, and then they continued fighting. So it makes no sense that he just wasn't able to do a little bit higher and be a little bit further away for the next time he did that jump. The fact that it was just like, the filmmakers were just like, okay, the battle has gone long enough, so now he has the high ground. Yeah, that'll be the reason that this fight is over. I have the high ground. And then I'm going to cut off the rest of your limbs. Sure, I get the limb cutting thing being that fast, but then Obi-Wan being like, I loved you as a brother, Anakin, and like, I'm sorry I failed you, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to let you slowly burn to death in agonizing pain, rather than just bloop, ending your suffering. Why? Because we need you to become Darth Vader, and if I just kill you mercifully, that won't happen. He doesn't have a saber anymore. He's got only one limb. You can beat him in a force will battle, Obi-Wan, but whatever. So, yeah. And then also the fact that they could have just left this fucking line out, but they didn't. Where the medical droid is just like, medically, she's completely healthy. For reasons we can't explain, we're losing her. Do you realize how fucking stupid that sounds to everyone with a brain cell? I don't care what bullshit explanation you have come up with on the side to be like, oh no, it's because, she just has the will to live, and so she was willed by the Force, and so since she doesn't have that, and then, she was just such love for Anakin that she's just going to die without him. And like, no, fuck you, it's stupid. Medically, there's nothing wrong with her. So, A, why is she dying if there's nothing medically wrong with her? And B, why do you think she's dying if there's nothing medically wrong with her? What are the signs and symptoms that you are saying indicate that she is dying? And what those signs are, you should medically be able to solve. So, that is stupid. They should have just left that line out to be like, he choked her too long, she gonna die, but we can save the kids. Sure, that would be less stupid than the explanation they came up with. I'm not saying it's not stupid, but I feel like if they'd efforted just a little longer, or fixed that choky scene a bit more, or something, they could have made things work better. But they didn't, because they wanted, I guess, her to decide to name them Luke and Leia. There's plenty of other people that could have just named them. You didn't have to have her be the one to name them. You also didn't have to have her die, but I guess you needed to be like, why didn't any of them know their parents? Oh, because she did. So, a lot of dumb in this movie. Really cool opening battle, really cool lightsaber fights. CGI is improved from the first two, but still not ideal. But still, for the time that it was made, excellent. But yeah, my main problem with this movie is that Anakin, that Mace Windu making that change of the rest, no, actually, we have to kill these too dangerous to death alive, is dumb. And then Anakin, that turn from like, oh, he's evil, he's a dark side wielder, we gotta stop him, to, you know what? I'm gonna stop you, Mace Windu, and I'm gonna kill all these kids. Not buying it. So, yeah, this movie should have been 2. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Bye.